yourselves, because the most important story that you would ever tell in your life is your own. And that's what always starts something when you're meeting somebody, when you're working in the industry. It's always you're telling your story as well as the story of your project. So today we're going to focus on some of that. And please, you guys, ask me questions. I love, questions along the way to have more of an interactive discussion. So I just prepared a couple of notes for you guys. So a couple of things, just like what it takes to be successful in the industry. This was something that Aaron asked me to focus on today. So the winning formula always for success in the industry is the right project in the right hands at the right time, right? It sounds kind of easy, but it can be a challenge to do that. But you really have to have that right project in the right hands, which means like the right buyer, the right person that's gonna help you make this project, and at the right time, because it's all about timing. So for myself, I'm constantly honing my skills, like developing my projects, being the best writer, the director, and the producer that I can be, making sure that my project is great because that's what I have in my control, and then finding the right person, identifying the right people that can buy it or help me produce it. And then everything is timing, which means you have to look at like what's hot in the marketplace. What do you think that, who do you think that can buy your project at this time, because that's what the market is looking for. That's what the business is looking for. So definitely, that kind of consciousness you're always doing. So for yourself, it's absolutely a combination of talent, pitching, and hustle. So talent, obviously, that's what you're working on, whether you're a writer, a producer, a director, people behind the scenes, the set, decorators, all of these people have talent, and each of them can have a job in the industry. Pitching, what that is, which we're going to get into a little bit today, is that's your personal story, you telling your story, and then also telling the story of your project. So pitching is a huge part of what you'll be doing every single day, because you're always going to be talking about yourself, so that people know who you are, and also so that people know what your skill sets are and what you want to be doing, so that when an opportunity comes across their desk, or somebody hears about something, some opportunity that can come up, they'll be thinking about you. It's like, oh yeah, I met that young writer. They write action, and there's a job for action. Do you know what I mean? So you always have to be telling people what it is that you do, what it is that you want to be doing, and so that they know and that they can match you up with opportunities. So that's what pitching is. And then your hustle, that is definitely your drive to get yourself in front of these people and in a job opportunity that could help you, and also to be putting your projects in the right hands. So that is entirely up to you. And and the hustle, I will tell you that it really leads to most of the success that people have in Hollywood. It's because they're so driven, they're so determined, they're going to knock on every single door. And that's what it really takes. So this combination of your talent, which is in your control, something that you're always working on, pitching, which is being able to tell your story really, in a short manner, very clearly, and so that people know who you are, what you can do, the value you can bring, and also what you want to be doing in the future. And then your hustle, that is up to you. That's definitely how you're going to succeed. So it's those three things for sure that's going to help you succeed. Honing your craft, as I said, whether you're focused on writing or directing or producing, sound mixing, you pretty much name it. There are probably like hundreds of jobs in the industry, maybe even thousands at this point with digital and everything else. That's what's in your control, to be the best writer, the best producer, the best set decorator, the best editor, etc. And that's something that you can just always be doing. No one can stop you from doing that. And then, as I said, learning how to tell your story, which I'm going to get into. I'm going to give you some quick tips on that. And then planning your strategy, which is your hustle, who you're going to meet with, how you're going to get your project and yourself in front of people that could help you. The entertainment business, it's a relationship business. And what that means is that it's about the people. It's always about who you're meeting and who knows you. So it's definitely about who you know and who knows you all the time. And that's how you get jobs, and that's how you get referrals, and that's how you grow in the business. Because as you're meeting people and as they start climbing up the ladder, they become your contacts. So it's really, really important to meet as many people in the industry as possible. So that means networking, So that means, meeting people and putting yourselves in position so that you can meet people. And how you can do that is to attend all different kinds of events, whether it's film festivals or just different industry types of events. And it's actually pretty easy for you guys to get into these events if you volunteer. I mean, events are always looking for volunteers, people that can help behind the scenes. It's just a really great way to start meeting people and start learning how the business works, and actually you can start really meeting some very big people, because at these events there are always speakers at these events. And this is how you can meet some of the bigger producers and the bigger writers and just a whole host of different people. So that's like a really great way to start building your network and start making contacts. Internships, I'm sure Aaron speaks about internships all the time. PA positions, that's another great way to start meeting people, and volunteering your services as much as possible. Sometimes, there's pay for internships.